This is the image of what happens in a Masonic lodge. The first 3 degrees, it's called the Blue Lodge. You have the first 3 degrees, and I think it's the 3rd degree. You know, have you ever heard somebody say, man, he was giving me the 3rd degree in there? It comes from Masonry. That idea of the 3rd degree comes from Masonry. Because in Masonry, in the 3rd degree, you are portraying the role of a character out of the Bible named Hiram Abiff. Hiram was the builder of the temple. Now, the Masons take that story and they twist it and they wrest it and they make things out of it that it's not there. But the idea is that you, as a candidate for Masonry, you are smitten 3 times. Think of that number 3, what it represents. Not God the Father, Son, that's not it. Even though that number 3 does represent the Godhead, it represents the lust of the flesh, lust of the eyes, pride of life. And those 3 things you've been smitten with. The man of sin is all 3 of those bound up in one. But anyway, in the Masonic Lodge, you're smitten 3 times. You're smitten once in the left breast. You're smitten once in the neck. And then you're smitten in your forehead. Now, you want to hear something real creepy? Aside from all the conspiracy theories about what happened, Dealey Plaza, November 11th, 1963, we know forensically for a fact that there were 3 wounds that were inflicted by the assassin's bullets at Dealey Plaza. One wound was through Connolly's left breast. The other wound was through Kennedy's neck. The 3rd one was Kennedy's head. I'm not... Dun, dun, dun! I mean, to me, there is a Masonic spirit there at Dealey Plaza, November 11th, November 22nd, 1963. Kennedy was 46 years old. 46, that number, the number of chromosomes, the number, I mean, I could go all day on that, but I don't want to. But anyway, when the candidate is hit on the head, when he's hit on the head, he falls backward because that represents his death, and you have these guys catching him. Now, I went to a church where they hit me on the head, and I was supposed to fall backwards, and I didn't. God didn't let me. And I'm thankful for that, because they came and did it twice. They went by, laid hands on me. There was people behind me who was supposed to catch me because I was supposed to fall backwards, because that's what everybody else was doing. And I had prayed, God, please don't. If this is not of you, I don't want it. And so God did not let me fall for that. And I'm so thankful to be where I am today, doing what I'm doing today, because I didn't fall backward for that. God didn't let me. But everybody else in that church was falling backward. And they call it slain in the spirit.
This is called Shaktipat. And when they do that, you'll be infused with this incredible love and this wave of emotion. You'll fall down. There'll be all these manifestations, maybe animal noises, joy and weeping and shaking. This is a Kundalini awakening, and amazingly, it is exactly the same as what we have been seeing in the Toronto Blessing. Now, this all began with Rodney Howard-Browne imparting a new anointing into a bunch of leaders, and they spread it around the world. In fact, it spread like wildfire. How do we know that Rodney Howard-Browne had a pure anointing? How do we know it wasn't a Kundalini spirit from the beginning? Because it seems absolutely identical to it.
Donald Trump, interestingly, talked about how many years he would be in office during his inauguration speech, and he said,
and hopefully at the end of 2 years or 3 years or 4 years or maybe even 8 years.
2, 3, 4, maybe 8 years, and people cheered with the 8. But it's interesting that he said 2, because another president that was only in office for 2 years was John F. Kennedy, and he promoted prosperity and even leaving the international global system, and he was dead within 2 years, with his whole goal for making America great hijacked by the end of the 60s. So it's entirely possible that if Trump does not get compromised, he will be killed, and that to me indicates that he didn't necessarily go along with the carnal, flesh-driven plan of the elite. But again, that doesn't mean he is completely free from the spiritual conspiracy that is still guiding this whole system in general. But the prayer and the hope and the positive, optimistic view of the Trump presidency is that he is a sort of King Cyrus, restoring the US like Cyrus restored Israel.
But that means recognizing the right of every country, including our own, to look after its citizens. We would put other countries first. We had people running our country that truly didn't know what the hell they were doing. Sinister tribalism. Sinister tribalism. Sinister tribalism. You have some great people. Sean Hannity is a great, great person. And I shall be here. And I shall be here. And I shall be here.
The slow undoing of those human rights to which this nation has always been committed and to which we are committed today at home and around the world. Here to get in the car. Here to get in the car. Here to get in the car.